Good morning, students. Hope you all can see my screen. Harini, Amreen, Sandeep. Sandeep, turn on your video. Yashwant, Vinod Kumar. Bhavna, turn on your videos, children. Keep your phone mute and turn on your videos.
Amen.
Sandeep, turn on your video. Vinod, where are you going? Leaving your phone to your papa. Where are you rushing out? Take some running notes or a rough book and please come to the class. Bhavna, turn on your video. Okay, children, without any delay, let's go to the class. In our previous classes, we came to know about what are longitudes and what are latitudes. And we saw a main differences between longitudes as well as latitudes. Hope you all knew, or let me remind you once again, because there will be a self-assessment exam by tomorrow. So let me just once come through this. See, children, these longitudes and latitudes are just imaginary lines. They are not actually present on the earth, children. They are just imaginary lines. Imaginary means అవి నిజంగా ఉండవు గ్లోబ్ మీద, మనము ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకుంటాము జస్ట్ ఉన్నట్టు. So these longitudes and latitudes are imaginary lines, children. We can see a number of lines. These lines drawn from two directions. If you observe the globe here, children, in this globe, if you observe one lines, these one direction lines from North Pole to South Pole, these are straight lines, vertical lines we call. And the other lines are from east to west. They are drawn in this direction. So these runs from east to west. This is called as horizontal. 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 Horizontal lines, children. Harini, is it clear with you? Bhavna, Harini, Sai? Sai, is it clear for you, Nana? Sandeep, Yashu? Is it okay, Sandeep? You can text me whether if you have any doubts or my voice is not clear. You can text me and you can ask me. Okay. Okay, coming to these latitudes, children, let's majorly see the difference between each other so we can easily come to understand. Okay, by learning latitudes and longitudes separately, it will take a long time for us. Let's learn it in a combined way by knowing the differences. See, latitudes are imaginary lines run from east to west. East to west, children. But longitudes, when coming to the longitudes, they run from north to south. Here, children, you have to observe the differences. So at a time, you can learn two things. Okay, children, the differences are really a good part of being studies. We can learn two things at a time. Make a column, latitude and longitude. In latitude, they run from east to west. But longitudes, they run from north to south. Is it clear, children? Okay. Next, coming to the second point, we know you are trying to say something, but the phone is mute, Nana. If you want to communicate, you can text me because me voice vinipiste class will be disturbed to the all children. So we muted it. You can use the more and chat option, and you can send any message to me regarding the class. And the second point coming is, children, latitudes are horizontal lines. Longitudes are vertical lines. Vertical lines. Next, latitudes, the third point, children, latitudes are parallel at equal distance from one another. I told children parallel means an example of a railway track. Anywhere you found the distance between a railway track, it is equal. We can find an equal distance between two tracks. So we can say that those two tracks are always parallel to each other. This is the meaning of a parallel, children. For example, I told you a railway track. Parallel is nothing but wherever the distance we see between two lines, it is always equal. So latitudes are always parallel to the other latitude. Coming to longitudes, children. Longitudes are not parallel lines. Okay. Here, the length of the latitude increases as we move away from poles towards the center of the earth. See, children, if you observe the globe, the line, the latitude, which is near the pole, see, which is very near the pole, it is small in length. It is small in length. But when it increases, when it go on increasing until it reaches the center of the earth, children. This is a small latitude, and the length of the latitude increases while it is moving from pole to the center. This one is the longest latitude we have, children. It is called as equator. Equator, children. The longest latitude is called as the equator. If you observe, this is the center line of the earth. The equator is the center line of the earth. It divides earth into two halves. See, if you see, this is the upper half of the earth and this is the lower half of the earth. These halves are called as hemispheres. Called as hemispheres, children. This is the northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. These halves are called as hemispheres. Okay. Children, if you have a map, you can't ask your parents to bring a globe at this time. If you have a map, at least it is just a piece of paper. You may ask your elders also. Or at least in the mobile, you can have a look at the map. You can see this type of degrees here, 0 degrees, 23.5 degrees. Like that, you can find the degrees there. So, here, the latitudes and longitudes are denoted as degrees, children. Latitudes and longitudes are denoted as degrees. It might be the latitude present in the northern hemisphere, we say degrees north. If the latitude is present in southern hemisphere, we say it as degree south. I'm just telling it in fast because this is our third session, children. Coming to this lesson, this topic third time, I'm just repeating for you. And I'll just play a PPT for you so an animation you can easily understand.
Key points of the lesson: latitudes, longitudes, locating places, calculating time.
See, children, in this lesson, we are going to learn about latitudes, longitudes, locating places, and even calculating time. Just now we are discussing about latitudes and longitudes. We are discussing about these first two topics. On the next classes, we will discuss about locating places and calculating time also. Just don't worry, children. First, priorly, we'll complete latitudes and longitudes. Then we'll go for how to locate the places and even how to calculate the time also.
The shape of the earth is like an orange, bulging in the middle and slightly flat at the top and the bottom.
See, children, the shape of the earth. Coming to the aspect, the shape of the earth, children, it is just look like an orange. You might be seeing oranges. You love to eat oranges, right? Every child loves to eat fruits, I know it. Shiv Sai is late to class today, right? Even though no worry, Shiv Sai, it is just, I'm just giving a revision of your lesson. You can clearly listen to the class. No worries, okay? If you have any doubts regarding that, you can ask me. Children, please don't hesitate to ask doubts. Any kind of doubts you can have, you can clarify. It can clarify, my dear. See, the shape of the earth is just look like an orange. Am I right? It is just why they are saying it is orange, because an orange, while we hold it at the top and the bottom, it is just somewhat flattened. It is not a complete round. It is flattened at the top and bottom, and at the middle it will be slight bulging up. So the earth is just similar, which looks like an orange, children.
The top of the earth is the North Pole.
We call the top of the earth as a north pole and bottom portion of the earth called as a south pole.
And at the bottom is the South Pole. We use globes and maps to find out the details of a place.
We use globes and maps to find out the details of a place, or details are nothing but exact location where it is located. Yes or no, children? For suppose if we can easily say that where is Nandyal located means it's near Karnool, everyone will say that. But what about an unknown one? How can it know? He might be a foreigner, like that. How can he know? So the maps and globes are useful for us to find out the places. Okay.
A globe is a mini replica of the Earth.
A globe is nothing but
Maps are
which is a
drawn on
model,
flat
children.
planes and show the areas of space.
See, children, to obtain the difficulties or disadvantages of a globe, a map has been designed, right? So the map is flat, it is not round. If it is round, children, we can only see a part of the earth, not completely the earth. So that's why to see completely, they have drawn a map and which shows the areas of a specific places in detail. If we ask the globe to show only the zoom portion of the Bhavna, please sit properly and listen the class. Class should not be listened while sleeping. So, the to show the perfect area of only India, the globe can't show us only India. It will show the entire world. But coming to the map, as our comfort, we can design it. We can design only Russia map, only America map, India map, even Andhra map, even Karnool map, whatever we think or we desire to take, it is a comfortable thing in a map when compared to
Specific
globe.
places in detail. The grid of latitudes and longitudes help us to locate places on a map.
See, children, latitudes and longitudes, they both combinedly help us to locate or identify a place on a map or a globe perfectly, children.
Map and on a globe. Latitudes are imaginary lines which encircle the Earth.
See, children, latitudes are horizontal lines. See, for everything you have to remember that these are imaginary lines. Only imaginary lines. Latitudes locate horizontally. You can see these are latitude, the direction which passes from east to west. Only circular motions. These are called as latitudes. Latitudes, children.
Horizontally.
And I'll say how parallel it is. Let me just describe you in this. Parallel means, see children, if you take a scale or any measuring tool if you need, if you observe the distance between these two lines at this point, yeah, roughly it might be a 5 centimeters or a 2 centimeters. But at the same time, when you observe the distance between two lines at any other point also will be the same length. So the distance between two lines is equal at any point is called as a parallel, children. Shravani, you're very late to class, my dear. When the online classes, my children are getting late, ba. I don't like to be late, children. Okay. Mm. Next, let's continue. I hope you understand about parallel also in detail, even though it is a new word, children.
These are some of the important latitudes.
See, children, they have given some of the
Latitude,
important latitudes here.
degree. 1. The equator, 0 degree.
Latitudes are denoted as
2.
degrees, children, in the form
Tropic
of
of Cancer,
degrees. Here are some
23.5
important
degrees
latitudes. The
north.
equator, which is present at the
3.
middle, it is
Tropic of Cape,
denoted as 0 degrees. It doesn't comes with any north or south. It will just as 0 degree because it lies in between. It lies in between, so it doesn't possess any north or south poles. Coming to the second one, the Tropic of Cancer, it is 23.5 degrees north and resembles north, children, and resembles north.
Capricorn, 23.5
Tropic of
degrees
Capricorn is
south.
23.5 degrees
4.
south. S
Arctic
represents
Circle,
south here.
66.5 degrees north.
Harini, what's wrong with you,
5.
darling?
Antarctic Circle.
And Arctic Circle is 66.5 degrees north, and Antarctic Circle is 66.5 degrees south. These are some of the important latitudes you can
66.5
remember,
degrees
children.
south.
Longitudes are imaginary lines which run from the North Pole to the South Pole.
Longitudes are important indicators of time. So they
See,
are
children,
also
these
known.
are the longitudes of the earth. See, these round circles are poles, nothing but this is in the northern side. We can say this point is a north pole. These longitudes run from north pole to south pole. These are not parallel. So these are not parallel lines, children. If you observe here, the distance between these two lines approximately is 1 centimeter, we think. But moving on here, the distance will increase up to 3 centimeters. Isn't it? I'm just telling it in example, children. Here the distance between these two lines is very small. While coming to the center, the distance between these two lines have been increased. So we can't say that these two lines are parallel. No longitudes are parallel, children. Only latitudes are parallel lines. Parallel means the distance between two lines at any point. Someone, Fauza is new to the class. Welcome to the class, Fauza. If you have any doubts, please you can chat with me. You can use a more option and go for the chat and you can chat me, but the phones will be in muted due to the reducing of the disturbance. Okay, children, and these helpful us to locate the time. Longitude help us to indicate the time. So these longitudes are also called as meridians. Latitudes are called as parallel lines. Longitudes are called as meridians. And coming to the size, children, those longitudes increases in size from north in length from the poles and when they travels towards the center of the earth. But here the length of the every longitude is same. I'm telling comparatively.
As meridians. The two important longitudes are the prime meridian and the international dateline.
Okay, children. Meridian, prime meridian, international date line. Prime
These are
meridian
0 degrees
is the
and
meridian through which we
180 degrees
are
longitudes
useful
respectively.
to indicate the time
Longitudes
and
help
date
in
also.
calculating time.
Longitudes to help
When
in
we travel
calculating
towards
time.
east from
When
the
we
prime
travels
meridian,
towards
we
east
add
from the
4
prime
minutes,
meridian,
and when
we add
traveling
4
towards
minutes.
west,
And we
we
travels
subtract 4
towards
minutes
west, we
as we pass
subtract 4
each
minutes as we
meridian
passes
till we
each
reach the
meridian.
longitude on
Till we
which the
reach the
given place is
longitude on
located.
which the given place is located. This is children. From a longitude to longitude, 4 minutes difference will be located actually. There are totally 360 longitudes, children, and 181 latitudes are there. The difference of time between the longitude to longitude might be approximately 4 minutes. When you travel, You have to, when you travel for the east, we will be counting, adding the time. When we travel for the west, we will be subtracting the 4 minutes from our time. This is about latitudes and longitudes, children. In the next class, we will be learning about how it will be calculated, locating places or calculating time. I'm just giving a revision part of latitude and longitude. You might be knowing that. Tomorrow, as usually, it is a Sunday. You all got prepared, children? Yes? Isn't it useful, children, self-assessment test for you? Yes. It is really very useful for you to estimate yourself, how good I am listening to the class, how good I am focusing to my class. It's really necessary for you to have this self-assessment test. Hope you all are preparing well. Still, you have any doubts, children? For tomorrow's test it might be, or regarding subject it might be. If you have any doubts, please let me know. I'm here to clarify the doubts for you, children. No? No one have any doubts? Let me know. Shravani, Harini, Fauza is new to class. Shiv Sai, Vinod Kumar. Fauza and Vinod Kumar are new, even though from tomorrow onwards, please keep any kind of a notes, even though textbooks are not with you. Try to note it down in some of the books. It will be useful for you to remind your lesson once again. Sandeep, Amreen, any doubts, children? Okay. Let's see in our next class. Thank you.